This is the easiest cow farm for Minecraft Bedrock and will get you leather and steak. Materials are on screen, so pause the video and let's build. The first thing you want to do is dig out a 3-block strip and place down a chest at the front of the hole. We're then going to grab our hopper and run the hopper into the back of the chest. Make sure that the little nubbin is connected into the chest and not pointed towards the ground. This is it pointed towards the ground, no nubbin, and running into the chest, there is the nubbin. Once you've made sure of that, we're going to grab our blocks now and create a little U shape going around the hopper and chest like so. Grab a slab now and place the slab above the chest, which is going to allow you to collect the XP from breeding the baby cows. And if you'd like to trade with villagers, then you could use a looting 3 sword and kill the cows down here to get raw beef. We're then going to jump up here and we're going to place down a dispenser facing towards the hopper area. Grab our building blocks now and create a rim of blocks, leaving this front block open because we're going to have glass here. We're then going to grab a sign and place the sign below the dispenser. Grab your building blocks now and place down blocks going across here with a sign right here. But in fact, when we are using this farm to first load it up with cows, we're going to remove this sign and place down a temporary block here. I went ahead and grabbed a temporary block just so that it's marked out, and we're going to finish this off by placing down blocks here and then covering all of this up with blocks, leaving this space open next to the temporary block. So this is what you should have. It should be 3 blocks wide and look something like this. We're going to come over here now and we're going to place down blocks going all the way up this wall, just like this, because this is going to be where our cows are, our adult cows. That was a mouthful. We're going to replace this block right here with a dispenser facing inwards like so, pointed towards the temporary block. And we're going to go ahead and load this up with a water bucket. Go ahead and place a button on top. I'm using an oak button. You could use whatever button you'd want, but down here we're going to place down another button, and this button needs to be a wooden button for that 1.5 second delay. Once you've made sure of that, we're going to go inside of this dispenser and place in a lava bucket now. And we can also just grab our glass. And we'll place it down right here, but we're going to leave this block open since we're going to have to break it anyways. Actually, we're going to come at it from a different angle. You can go ahead and place your other glass right there. So this is what it looks like now, and what we need to do is get our adult cows inside of this chamber. Next, you need to grab some wheat to attract 2 cows. You could do one at a time or both at the same time. Create a temporary staircase to get them up here to the top, and then we're just going to push them into the hole. Now, it might be hard to get them in this 1x1, so I would probably recommend grabbing some building blocks and placing down some temporary blocks right here. That way you can push them in. Come on, guys, come up here, and then jump around and get in there, and get the next one, get up here, push him in. Boom, perfect. Go ahead and remove your temporary blocks now. And when you want to actually wait and place down a fence above them, like so. And now all you have to do is press the button to dispense the water. They're going to bounce up and down, which is going to cycle your cows. And then you can just click here and use your wheat to breed them. We're going to have a baby cow spawn in here, and we're just going to keep breeding the cows in this top chamber until we have like 20 to 50 or so. Depending on the device you're using, if you're using a lower end device, then you're going to want to have less cows, so that way your game isn't super laggy. But if you're on a higher end device, the more cows, the better, because that's going to increase your rates. And once you have a bunch of cows here, we are ready to actually get this thing as a cow farm. Oh, also, we can replace this and instead use a ladder. It just looks a little bit cleaner. But if you want to use a staircase, then you absolutely can. But I would recommend having a ladder. But once we're done with that, we have to remove that temporary block, and we're going to first turn off the water to make sure the water is off so the cows are nice and restful. Then we're going to come around back here and we're going to remove this block and remove the temporary block, grab a sign, and you can see a baby got shot out. And we're going to place down the sign right here. Go ahead and replace that block and then come around front, and this is what it should look like. So you should have a sign and then a dispenser and then a sign. So now to use the farm, all we're going to do is grab our wheat, climb up the ladder, go ahead and turn on the water. They're going to bounce up and down, and we're just going to click around with our wheat. And because they're bouncing, we're going to be constantly clicking on new cows, which is pretty important. That way you're not just feeding the same cows over and over again. And once you feel like you can no longer click, which I am starting to not be able to click because they are all bred, we're going to go ahead and turn off the water now. And if we come down here, you're going to see there are even more baby cows. They're a little cramped, but that's okay. We don't have entity cramming on Bedrock Edition. And now all we have to do is wait for them to grow up. I believe it takes around 15 to 20 minutes for them to turn into adults, but we can go up here and we can rebreed these cows about every minute or so. So just keep going back and forth, and if you use this farm for like an hour, you're gonna get plenty of steak and plenty of leather, I promise you. But I'll be back when they're grown up. All right, I've been using this farm for a while now. I'm just going to do one more little breeding session here, and then, you know, click around. All right. Let's go ahead and turn off the water now. And again, all of the breeding XP is going to come down here, but as you can see, we have adult cows, and just wait for a couple more babies to fall out so they don't fall into the lava. And now, once everything is good and ready, that is a lot of cows. We are ready to get our steak and leather. So just simply press the button, and then wait for it to retract. Press it again. It's going to retract the lava. They are all going to burn, and then all of the steak and leather is going to end up inside of this chest. Now, if you wanted to trade with a butcher, for example, for the raw beef instead of the cooked steak, I would recommend using a looting 3 sword, but you would have to wait and like stop breeding for like 20 minutes so that all of the babies down here grow up into adults, because if not, you're just going to be killing babies, and that's kind of not worth it. That's out of context, that sounds crazy. But yeah, so all of the steak and leather is going to end up in here. If you're going to use this to trade with villagers, then wait 20 minutes, then use your looting 3 sword to get raw beef. But as you can see, this thing is a powerhouse. It's going to get you tons of food, tons of leather to make books for enchantment tables or enchantment books. This is a great farm. All right, I hope you guys enjoyed this one. If you did, then be sure to subscribe and leave a like. My name is 1UpMC, and I will catch you in the next one. See ya.